So I improved on the robot chopsticks that I built last time. So this time I used a sleek black design because they look cooler. And that's what Daniel had for 3D printing filament. But the main difference that I created in this one is that I built these stoppers in so that the chopsticks can only close, or they can only turn so much before the entire thing binds up. And the reason that's good is because what would happen is when I'd pick something up on the old model, like so suppose I were to pick this up, all that the string is stretched more than it normally would be, so that when the food comes out, all the elastic energy stored in the spring goes into the gears and like instantly shuts them beyond where they're supposed to shut. So it would damage the gears, damage the holders, and it was all a bad deal. So now, when it closes, it will only close to the closed angle position, so that nothing bad really happens to the design.
Okay.
That's the main improvement. I also moved the positioning of the chopsticks. That happens sometimes. But the chopsticks used to be being held like way back here. So there was a lot. The chopsticks would move much faster, but there wasn't as much force. Right. And I didn't like that, so I moved them up so that I have better torque on them. And I also changed out the motor, because the motor I originally used an MG90 or SG90 9-gram servo, and I switched it out for a MG995 servo motor, which has like, it's a lot bigger. It has like 9 Newton centimeters of torque.
So this is the only Arduino board in there?
That's the only Arduino board.
Okay, so it's the small one.
It's just a Arduino Nano.
Okay.
So I changed out the motor, and I also used a 6-cell battery instead of the 2 9-volts I was using last time, because I found that when you run the problem I had with the last one was that I ran a 9-volt just for the motor power, and then I ran a 9-volt just for the Arduino power, so that they were both being powered separately, so that when the motor draws more current, it wouldn't damage the Arduino's like a voltage supply pin. Right. But what I found is if I run a 6-volt, this 4-cell 6-volt setup, I can run it in series. I can power the motor and the Arduino in series and not have the power being drawn too much from the Arduino, and that would work out just fine. So instead, now I have series running out from the 9-volt or from the 6-volt to both the motor and the Arduino, and then they both just run back to ground.
All right.
So that's the main improvement.
Show it in action here a little bit. Yeah,
so it's able to easily pick up erasers, big things. I calculated that it has about I think 2 to 3 newtons of force. So it's got a lot of lifting power.
Go ahead and do it again so I can kind of zoom in on it and kind of see. Okay. I want to kind of, wait a minute, let's see. All right. And so when you eat it, it just opens back up, and you can pick something else up.
And it also does well with little things like noodles as well. So this is what I have to simulate a noodle. I bet it could pick up small things like string. I don't know about fishing line, but it can do these small things as well. And the sensor's the same, exact same kind of setup. So it's a laser time of flight sensor. It goes out.
Excellent. So you're gonna put another fork in the back side again or something, and then. So this is for people that really would like to eat with chopsticks, but just are not very skilled at it.
Or maybe you can't use your hands or something. Okay. But for me, it was people I know can't use chopsticks, and I was not acceptable with them not using chopsticks. So I designed this. But yeah, so I'm planning. I haven't entirely finished it yet. I have one more part to 3D print. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my old fork handle in there, and then basically screw a plate down so it can't come out.
Right.
And then from there, that should be it, and then you'll have a handle. Right now I'm just kind of holding it on the motor and the battery, which works. But
all right, very awesome, very good.
So
I like Chopsticks 2.0.